All right, now that we've prepared everything on the roof, we've put in our mounts and our conduit and prepared our roof penetration, now we finally get to do the work of taking the conduit down from the roof all the way down to the inverter. So let's do all that work. First thing we're going to want to do is insert conduit section C up in through our roof penetration. And referring to your reference material with the conduit overall plan, we can see that we have our conduit on the roof already done and our LB already prepared. What we're doing now is inserting conduit section C up through the roof, up through that roof penetration. We can see it over here on the side. There's the straight section conduit C that we're going to insert, and then we're going to insert all the rest of this conduit. Section D, which is a bend, section E and F, which brings us to the window, and section G, which comes down and bends and finally inserts into the inverter. So that's all the conduit that we're going to be doing in this lesson. So let's continue here. Let's take that conduit section C, insert it up into the weighting LB that we made in our roof penetration lesson. And then we're going to tighten that conduit connector that we had already prepared. Now we can work underneath in the roof. We have conduit section C sticking out. We're going to take off the nuts off of a couple of conduit connectors and connect them into an LL section. So we click them, put them into that conduit body. Then we're going to insert that conduit body up into the end of that conduit. And whenever we do that, we're going to tighten the conduit connector. Now we're going to start securing our conduit to the wall. We take a single hole strap, place it against the wall, make a mark at the hole where that connects to the wall, then take it away, and then use our drill with a 1/2 inch carbide tip. We're going to drill into the wall and make a 1/2 inch hole into the brick. Then we're going to come along with wall anchor sleeves, and we're going to insert those into the hole. Now we replace the strap over that hole, and now we use our drill and a socket driver to drive in a wall anchor bolt into that hole and secure that strap. And that's how we're going to secure the conduit against the wall all the way down. Now we're going to start preparing the next section of conduit. Referring back to our conduit overall plan, this is the conduit section D. So it's already pre-bent, and we're going to insert that up under the eave, the pitch, the peak of the roof. So first thing we do is prepare it by putting in this conduit compression fitting. It's got nuts on both ends, and we secure that to that section of conduit, and then we click on it to move it in place. We've got it ready to go, so we're going to click on it to move it in place and place it into our conduit body, and then we secure that conduit connector. And now we're doing that next section of conduit. Referring to our conduit overall plan, that's the conduit section E. That's a long straight section, 10-foot section of conduit. It typically comes in 10-foot lengths. We're going to secure that in place. So we do that by slipping that up into that compression fitting, and when we do that, then we're going to tighten the nut of that compression fitting. Now what we do here is we say that the conduit section F, I'm going to tilt up here to show it to you, that conduit section F has already been installed for you. So what we're going to do now is finish up. Like I said, we've already installed the conduit section F for you. What we're going to be doing now is working on conduit section G. So it's coming down from that LL body and has a bend in it. We're going to connect that to an LR body, and we're going to insert it into the inverter. So we'll do that work by first removing the lock nut and then placing that conduit connector into that LR body. Now what we're doing here is we're inserting a nipple. A nipple is basically just a short piece of pipe that's threaded all the way, and that's what we're going to use to connect into the inverter. So we're going to put that in, so that that's connected into the top part of that LR conduit body. Now we're going to connect the body into the conduit, tighten that connector, and now what we're going to do is simultaneously insert that conduit section G up into the conduit body by the window and up into the inverter. So we touch on it to insert that conduit all the way into those both of those sections. Whenever we do that, we're going to tighten our conduit connectors. And now, inside the inverter, the first time we're going to start using ground bushings. So we're going to tighten down a ground bushing down onto that nipple inside. That's what's going to hold it in place. And that grounding bushing is going to allow us to ground that conduit. We'll do that when we do the wiring. And then we say that we've installed the conduit clamps on the conduit section G that we installed for you, and that's it. You've installed the conduit all the way down the roof into the inverter.
Hey, thanks for watching the training video using Interplay's simulation-based training program. You can keep watching our solar videos by clicking on the link to your left, or stay up to date on our latest solar snacks by subscribing on your right. To learn more about how the STP provides critical team training and helps you build an onboarding program at your company, please go to interplaylearning.com.